right? No. There. Go.
Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte. That's right, Bar Thompson to the man. Listen up and crew. We have in today's edition, as always, our fearless host, Danny BMD, is in the house.
Yo.
What up, man?
What up? What up?
And we, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We've been talking a lot of sports. We're going to be doing it South Texas style. So without further ado, take it away, Dan.
Yo, yo, yo. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, providing to your ears. Providing some sports time for your free time. What up, this your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing and how did your team do this week? Super fan parts.
What's up, dog?
You know, it's one of those things, you know, like in sports. I guess that's why we're super fans, you know. Um, we cheer, you know. We get so hype, we get so intense, we get so happy. Like literally, honestly,
You
like
forgot drunk and belligerent as well.
yep.
That's part of the game, you know.
And honestly, like it's you know, it's part of the game and everything. But oh man, when you lose, dude, it hurts like really, really bad. So well, yeah, we'll talk about. I don't even know which team. That we'll talk about a heartbreak, but we'll talk a whole bunch of heartbreaks today. Superfan Art, how you doing, bro? I know. Well, I just want to say thank you, everyone, just following us again. Just today, I know that we weren't on last Thursday. I apologize for that. I was a
Oh no.
little under the weather, you know, type of thing. I was getting some stuff done, but now I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm okay. I'm not. I don't have COVID. Came out negative. No, I'm just playing. No, but you know, so in this case, we are gonna continue on again with just on Tuesdays and Thursdays with some Mezzo Forte Sports, and obviously we are and we're gonna start getting a little bit more of some video clips on our YouTube channel. Start promoting that. So a lot of big changes, a lot of big changes, a lot of big changes. And then we'll talk definitely as we go into the holidays. We're gonna get a couple of our contributors back, including Coach Tosco. Yes, 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 very, very, very nice round of applause. But in this case, you know, once he gets not just him, but also we'll get a Bad Luck Beto, and see if we can get Seabass back in, Adrian as well, as we kind of continue on with our getting our all of our sports team back in place. Art, how's Superfan Art? How's it going, bro? How you been?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here in this lovely fall Tuesday evening. Uh, if you see my eyes shifting, it's not because I have a twitch. I'm looking at the Astros game currently going on. And I got some work to do. Not gonna lie. They're currently behind in the series, 3-2 games,
Recording in
and
progress.
they need to really, you know, not leave anything on the bench. They need to like fight for survival here, and currently they're a little bit behind. So, but no, I'm monitoring that.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it was an up and down weekend. The Longhorns they lost. They had a good lead against
Yeah.
Baylor at Baylor in Waco. They lost the lead. UTSA, y'all had bye week. I think you're gonna see UTEP when they come into town, El Paso, UT El Paso.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was cool. Spurs, they had a solid win against the Bucks, and then they just recently had a loss. I'll explain that later. And then the Cowboys, oof, they had a little bit of a nail biter
All
against
right.
Minnesota on the road.
Oh
And
wow. Sorry.
I mean, there was no deck. Like, what the hell? Like, it was a bye week and he's still injured. So we had to rely on the backup. It was the day of the backups on Sunday. Uh, so that was pretty entertaining. And I want to say that this past Sunday was what I foretold, what the ancient Mayans foretold, that convergence I was talking about, where all the major sports happened within the same day.
Yeah.
You got hockey, pro basketball, pro football, and pro baseball. Boom. The four sports of the apocalypse. It happened. We survived. It was a very entertaining Sunday. But no, the weather's changing. The days are getting shorter. I think on the 7th, we're going to like go fall back an hour. So I think
Oh wow, already
we
like in
actually,
like 5 days.
on the 7th, I believe, that's when we fall back. We'll be getting that nice, sweet extra hour of sleep, so to speak.
Oh
So I think
yeah.
this is going to get darker earlier.
So we lose an hour.
We gain an hour.
Oh, so wait, when? So where is it? Where you're at the bar, and it's like 1:30, or what is it? 1:59. It actually switches back to one.
Exactly. The very next minute switches back to 1 a.m. Now, whether or not whatever bar you're currently at, honors that, or they just kick you out regardless because they hate you, that's up to them. Uh, but no, I like this fall weather. Uh, Shortly, when it's after dark, I'll show what kind of dark beers I'm sipping on. But no, we definitely got some sports to talk about. Uh, just real quick, how was your weekend, man? How you been?
It
Hopefully
was,
everything's all good.
yeah, everything good. Just kind of started organizing a little bit more things for for the for the show, and just for us in general. Just kind of had to get stuff done. But no, I've been good. We did Halloween, so I dressed up as a I called myself El Mafioso of Death. So
Clever.
I just had a mask and had a wore like a gangster suit. So I was like the death that the gangster would get a visit from. Be like, all right, man, let's go home. Boom, home. It's like, well, at least my home. And doom, done. It always that was my story, my costume. But other than that, I just went to a party. It was pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really do much. I did see a lot of scary movies. I saw a lot of like ghost stuff or whatever, ghost adventures. I love ghost adventures. Zach, got you, bro. Uh, but anyways, yeah. So it was just kind of chill, dude. Like I've been working a lot, just doing that. I've been traveling a lot actually, just due to work. I haven't gotten paid for that yet, but once I get paid, bro, like done. I'll get y'all a round of beers or whatever. Yes, yes. Yeah, but and other than that, it was pretty cool. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, let me just quickly knock out some hockey before we go into baseball. Especially now that the game is currently in a commercial break.
Well, we
Uh,
can we can do football and then baseball towards the end to see if the game finishes.
but that one, I think we're currently in like the fifth or sixth inning. I want to say,
Yeah, we'll see.
uh,
But go for
pro
it.
or college?
What?
You said football, right? You wanted to start with
Just
football?
like yeah, just in general. Well, I want to talk college and then I'll talk football. Pro.
All right. Would you like to take the lead on
No,
anything?
we'll do hockey. Yeah, we'll do hockey first.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Uh,
after. I mean, after hockey.
all right, man. I know it's been a long weekend. You got a little bit of pre-show jitters. That's all right. Sip on some alcohol or whatever, you'll be all right. All right, hockey, or as we might call it in the future, what the puck.
Oh, okay. See,
We'll
this
play
is.
around with the names. Okay. Well, if you're not watching the baseball game or any of the other basketball games, what you can watch NFL and NHL hockey. You got the Golden Knights with the Maple Leafs, Red Wings Canadians, Coyotes Flyers, Senators Wild, Stars with the Jets, Predators facing the Flames, the Rangers and the Canucks, the Devils and the Ducks, and Sabres Sharks. So just a few quick headlines out of the hockey world. Out of NHL's COVID-19 protocol, star Patrick Kane nets a hat trick in the Chicago Blackhawks' first victory. Now, Kane, he was removed from NHL's COVID-19 protocol list earlier in the day. He scored 3 goals. He helped the beleaguered Blackhawks to their elusive first win. So, a 5-1 decision over the Ottawa Senators. So that was the score, 5-1. Kane, he provided a much-needed boost to the team that had lost the first 9 games. Damn. After missing the previous 4 contests, Kane added an assist in his 21st shifts, covering about 19 minutes, 40 seconds of ice time. He had 5 points, but just 1 goal in his previous 5 games. He was also an uncharacteristic -7. But, in that first win, I think there's a lot of anxiousness, especially among the fans, just to get over that hump. I think the Detroit Lions in pro football, they're still waiting for their first win. But it's obviously been more weeks than that. So good stuff for the Blackhawks. I know they've been going through some things with one of their past coaches and legal stuff. So just have this guy Kane back and get that first win. That's got to be a good feeling. Elsewhere, the New York Rangers and their young Norris Trophy winning defenseman, Adam Fox, have agreed to a historic contract extension. Fox, who is 23, signed a 7-year deal on Monday, taking him through the 28-29 season. Terms weren't disclosed by the team as per sources. Now, the average annual value of the contract is about $9.5 million against the NHL salary cap. So in his last year of the entry-level contract this season, he is in his last year of that entry-level contract. So the $66.5 million, roughly, that's the deal. Could be the largest contract in NHL history for a defenseman who is leaving his entry-level deal. Now, why are they giving him this money? Well, just a little background. Fox has about 98 points in his first 134 games, putting together 2 outstanding seasons with the Rangers. Fox was 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting back in the 1920 season. Last season, he did win the Norris Trophy as NHL's top defenseman with 47 points within 55 games. So far within this current season, Fox has about 9 points within 9 games, tied for second in the NHL among other defensemen. He's skating around 24 minutes, 16 seconds per game on average. On Saturday night, he scored the winning goal in the third period of their 3-1 victory over the Seattle Kraken. So, $66.5 million, making him highest paid defenseman. Let's see if it pays off for them New York Rangers. So far, on paper, he looks like a solid purchase. Hopefully, there's no buyer's remorse later on during midseason. That's currently the main things I had to talk about hockey-wise, or my What the Puck segment.
I like that.
So, let me squeeze. I mentioned earlier that we're already going to be approaching some daylight savings time, and that we actually gain an hour. So technically, what would be per se 10 o'clock, it would really start maybe at 9 o'clock for us, or 11. Technically, what 10 o'clock would be now, it'd be like 11 o'clock next week, if that makes sense. Either way, with the days getting shorter, nighttime
something like that. Yeah.
The days are getting shorter in the fall season here in the northern hemisphere, so we're actually getting darker earlier. So what does that mean? So around 9 o'clock now, that's our new official after dark. So as of right now, we are now officially the new and approved Mezzo Forte Sportz After Dark. Oh my God! All right, so we're at Mezzo Forte Sportz Early After Dark, which is the new After Dark. We're unedited, uncut, unsolicited, unmarketed, unregulated, and we're drinking a lot of alcohol. I've been starting. In honor of my Astros that I've been watching, I'm sipping on some car box to try to rally them boys. Get those bats hitting for the fences. Not working. Currently the bottom of the 5th. But
no. All right.
That's
Well,
okay.
you know,
We're gonna enjoy this game regardless. Are you drinking anything over there, buddy?
actually, I'm just drinking a Powerade. Powerade, sponsor us, please. No, no,
Fuck that.
not really drinking anything. But I was like, I'm really, really thirsty, so I gotta grab the Powerade instead.
It's all good, man. It's electrolytes. It's thirst quencher. But no, like you were saying earlier, just a shout out to all of our viewers out there, in whatever platform. We thank you for your continued support. Give us a like, subscribe. If you want to hate us, comment. We always try to answer comments live. If you're gonna hate, at least keep it clean. Um, and just in honor of today's significance, I don't know if most of you can see I'm wearing got a little skull. In certain Latin countries, they do celebrate what's called the Dia de los Muertos.
Yes,
Danny, I think you're
yes,
familiar with that.
yes.
Pretty much, want to give a shout out to honor our dearly departed. Any friends, close family, even pets who may already be their spirits have passed on. We give a salud, a big cheers, honor them. They're gone, but never forgotten. Uh, Danny, you can cheers with a good Powerade. I don't think the spirits will mind.
Yeah,
There you
exactly. Cheers to you guys.
There you go.
Celebrate life, dude. Salud.
Celebrate
Dia de los
life.
Muertos.
Mm-hmm. All right. Awesome.
Oh
And-
yeah.
That wraps up all I have to say for our after hours talk. Anything else you want to add before we
Um,
proceed?
No, just again, thank you guys for following us. We're gonna start after dark a little bit more, I guess
Earlier. Yeah.
because we are kind of after dark anyway. So, definitely get a little bit more gritty, a little bit more tough, a little bit more, I guess, like nail biter and super fan ish. Just I kind of go crazy about it. Just want to thank everyone again, just following us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You guys follow us soon. We're gonna start posting a little bit more on our website, and we'll start taking a little bit more pictures. So go ahead and like our pictures. Subscribe on Instagram as well, and follow us on our Twitter soon. We're actually gonna start live tweeting after. We'll talk about that, which hopefully we'll go ahead and live tweet the Cowboys all the way to the Super Bowl.
Nice. I'll draw the line at live TikToking. If we start going to TikToking, you get someone to handle that. I ain't gonna TikTok for the show.
All right, well, we'll figure it out. But all right, bro, let's go ahead and get right into some gridiron news. So we're actually gonna do some college football. Go ahead and start with that, Mr. Super
Nice.
R. Super R. Hold on, let me put some like college stuff. Nah, not that one. Let's put this one. There we go, bro.
All right. Cool. So
Alright.
college football. Well, this is pretty much a recap of what happened during college football's week 9. Pretty much after once this past weekend, this upcoming week pretty much signifies we only have 4 more weeks of the regular season for college ball. And what does that mean? Well, I think they came up with their first official rankings for the college football playoffs this evening, as a matter of fact. So how did that go? Well, Cincinnati, they debuted at number 6 in the initial college football rankings, while the SEC powers, Georgia, Alabama, they topped the rundown at number 1 and number 2 respectively, followed by number 3 Michigan State Spartans, who had just come off a pretty signature win against the rival Michigan Wolverines, and the number 4 Oregon Duckies. They had a close call with Colorado, but they were able to put them down 52-29. And we remember earlier on in the season they had an upset of Ohio State, so the Ducks are sitting pretty firmly at that number 4 spot for now. Now, Cincinnati Bearcats, they landed their highest ever ranking for a Group 5 team, 1 spot ahead of the number 7 designation they held during an undefeated regular season back in 2020. Not controversial, but I mean, if you're undefeated, you want your dues, right? But Cincinnati, they're currently 8-0, which ranks number two in both the AP and coaches polls. Had aimed to become their first Group 5 team to ever appear in the College Football Playoff Selection Committee's top four. Uh, Cincinnati's profile is boosted by an October 2nd road win that they had against number 10 Notre Dame at the time, which ended the Irish's 26 game home win streak. Excuse me. But Cincinnati is also the only American Athletic Conference team ranked by the selection committee, as neither SMU 7-1 nor Houston also 7-1. They are not appearing there. So that's cool. It's just, I mean, these rankings obviously they're going to change every week. Um, it seems pretty forlorn that Alabama and Georgia are going to be in that top four regardless. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you both have a date with each other in the next few weeks in the SEC championship game, which would be a hot ticket. That's pretty much what everyone's going to predict. Um, let's see. So the Michigan State game, that was pretty legit. I think both of them were ranked within the top 10 for the first time since like 1964, when both squads were undefeated. They both had their strengths, weaknesses. For the Spartans, they would have win 37-33.
Yeah, dude. I actually saw that game. That game was close. That game was intense.
Rivalry game, like you can just doesn't matter what your record is,
Yeah,
you give it your all because you're in-state rival.
yeah, exactly. It's like one of those, like, yeah, rivalry games are always like intense like that. Um, but I don't know. That's pretty cool. I actually saw that game. That game was very. I don't know. That specifically with that, this kind of brings like questions like about Harbaugh or whatever. You know, they always bring him up or whatever after, um, Michigan lost like that. Where is he really worth it? I mean, he brought a lot of fire. Initially with like that was it Stafford and the 49ers, now Michigan. But I mean, honestly, Michigan, can they really get anyone better? Maybe the Texas Tech guy, but he's retired though. I mean, not Texas Tech, it's the TCU, but he's retired, right?
I was going to mention that earlier, but yes, the TCU Horned Frogs they parted ways with Coach Patterson
No,
after about 20 years.
I was gonna
Yes,
say because it's like, dude, so
and like
long.
he was even offered to finish out the rest of the season, but he chose just to like end it.
Why?
Uh, I'm not sure.
That's weird.
Maybe yeah. I mean, as a player, you kind of want your coach to be there and to see it through. Finish what you started in terms of the season. But no, TCU. I don't know what kind of bad blood that might have been going on with Patterson. But yes, I'm not too sure if he's retired, or just wants a break. I'm sure he'll get offers immediately. Um, but going back real quick to the Michigan game. Um, so just under the Heisman watch, I know Michigan State's running back Kenneth Walker III. He kind of bolstered his candidacy for Heisman. He had about 197 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, three of which came in the second half when the Spartans needed him the most. Now going back to Michigan's woes, they're 2-9 on the road against AP ranked teams under Jim Harbaugh, which
That's
is
what I'm
the worst
saying.
which is the worst win percentage by a coach with a single school in such games. Uh,
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's been on the hot seat for a while, and I think this season might be the tipping point
yeah,
for Harbaugh.
yeah. Where it's just like, finally. I mean, not to be like that. Not that he hasn't done his part. Not that he hasn't actually. Um, sorry,
It's okay, bro.
sorry, sorry guys. No, yeah. And I think it might be just be time for just a new coach. You know, after a while, you just need a change. It's not necessarily that it's not working. It's just you just need someone new, especially now, dude. Like a lot of the culture where like, it's just not that you kind of get stuck in your old ways, but it's like kind of routine, and a lot of people like it that way. But a lot of like kids and stuff like that, or like the culture isn't really like that. Football is really repetitive anyway, but now it's like a little different and stuff like that. Where like everyone wants it. Not that everyone wants it. Well, yeah, everyone wants a chance to shine or whatever, but everyone now has a chance to shine. So I think that Harbaugh. I don't know if he's gonna retire or if he would say like if they would he would get like if Michigan would like part ways with Harbaugh. I don't know if he would retire or take a year off. I think he might be recruited by like, schools. I don't know if he would make a jump to the NFL. I don't think so. But what do you think?
That's tough. I mean, he was, I don't know, just a few seasons with the Niners.
Yeah.
I know his other brother still head coach of the Ravens, I believe. So is the NFL ready to receive Harborough back from lackluster years at Michigan University? Uh, I mean, who really needs a coach right now in the NFL? Uh, so it's tough. I don't think anyone's going to be like salivating, lining up to like get Harborough like on the like hit him up on the DMs or anything like that. Uh, we'll just have to see how it goes with the rest of the Michigan season to see if they could salvage something. Because right now, losing to your in-state rival doesn't help please the boosters.
Oh, that
Um,
Harbaugh going to the Dolphins?
I that doesn't seem too far fetched.
I mean, because they're saying like Brian Flores right now is not hot seat, but he's not hot seat. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah,
like kind of like, all right, dude, all right, you know, you don't have
stand your ground.
Brady, you don't have Brady anymore. Now you're losing to the Bills. Like, what's up? What are we doing here? So maybe
Yeah.
to the Dolphins. I don't know. I don't know if that would fit. That'd be weird.
Now, I mean that's plausible. I mean, also another hot seat could be Detroit Lions
Oh
for
yeah,
their pathetic 0-win
or
season
the
that they're kind of
Bears.
going
The
through.
Bears.
Bears are also going through some
The
things.
Bears. The Bears también. The Bears would actually be. The Bears wouldn't actually be a bad idea with Harbaugh. Think about it. Like he's kind of like Midwestern stuff like that. That Midwestern grit, like style of or culture that he can kind of set up. But I don't know. I don't think he would go back to the NFL just because like it's just a different game, dude.
It's too
Like
much, not politics, but you have more control over your team in the college
yeah, way more.
arena.
Yeah, way more. You have more, and you have more. Yeah, and just like you said, control and say so, and honestly, you probably get more. I don't want to say more money, but like more like stuff, like more perks. Not that perks isn't money, but like pension and all this. Compared to like the NFL, I don't know what the NFL has for like retirement and stuff like that. But technically, you are still a teacher. You know, so it's like stuff like that where that can be like pretty good for coach, or maybe he'll just retire, dude. I mean, I can just see him. I don't see him retiring, but all right,
All
go
right,
for it.
that's a good hot take. Speculate if Harborough ever gets let go from Michigan, what would be the better step for him to shop around in college, or to maybe try to roll the dice on the NFL team that's in desperation?
Now let's talk Texas.
I don't wanna.
I know, dude. It's because okay, they're 4-4. It's because we expect too much. We just do. We're super chiflados, dude. And we just are. Because it's Texas. Like, you have to win already. And I understand. And they're not closing out games. Uh, but it's like
Blown
the guy.
leads.
That's what the guy was saying. I was listening to guy radio. Like, dude, the coaches can only do so many X's and O's. Like at some point and be a leadership as a coach. But at some point, the players have to be like, hey, if someone has to step up, someone has to be like, dude, we can't close these games. We're losing these games. They're not winning. We're losing them. Because that's what's happening. That's what happened in Red River Rivalry. That's what happened to Oklahoma State. That's what happened in Baylor. You know, like
Sizable
that's
leads get turned over. It's just always they always just get I don't know they get tired in the second half of the games. Too many three and outs. The defense, which is spectacular in the first half, they start to get a little bit gassed. Um, Mistakes happen a lot more frequently. There's a few questionable calls I thought when they were going for it on like fourth and shorts, and hell, there was even one where the Cameron Dicker, the kicker, I don't know if it was by design or something like that. It's like who called that up?
oh
It was
yeah.
either blown or somebody had a bonehead call. And was Bijan Robinson, our main running back, Heisman hopeful. He can't do it all. Sadly, Baylor, they're like, okay, he's getting tired. We can stop him like in the middle. They became too predictable if they rely too much on the running game.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I mean, all these games are winnable. We have the talent. It's just I don't know, coaching, wrong call, questionable calls at times. It's definitely not a good look for the inaugural season for Coach Sarkisian, but um, I mean, there's still a few more games left in the season to at least salvage your pride for the burnt orange and white. Um, I'll go more in depth as to what the weekend looks like for those slated games, uh, but definitely not giving much confidence that we can transition to the SEC right away. Thankfully, that's still a few more years before that happens.
Dude, yeah, it's just, and I think that's what it is. Like, I think Texas just needs to be able to close out games because they've even come back from behind. Like they're more than anything. One of the biggest things, like I feel like Texas has that hasn't had in a very very long while is they're able to live up to the moment. Step up in the moment. They're able to like play in the moment. Cause dude, it would be. I mean, granted, they've been losing turnovers, stuff like that. They haven't been able to close out games. Pick stuff like that. Turnovers, whatever, left and right. But I feel like I feel more than ever now that Texas, even with all the quarterbacks that we've had and stuff like that, I feel like now more than ever Texas actually has a chance to actually win. Where like they would have a chance to win, but you'd be like, ugh, I don't know, dude. We'll see. But now, like, I feel like more confident. We're like, given the right circumstances, give him a little bit more discipline. I mean, it's his first year, dude. Honestly, and and the team will get confidence, and more than anything, they'll be able to push through. They'll be able to really hone on, just like finishing the game because it's 1, 2, 3, fourth quarters, dude. You know, and they say the third quarter you have to win or whatever. So like at least in basketball, and then there's a lot of stuff going on, but in football though, how like 6, 7, minutes is so long, in football, where it's so like, yeah, we're up by like, 2, 3 possessions, we're good. No, dude, like they can score like really quick. I mean, this is like, this is Big 12, so it kind of, I feel like every single time they get like a false sense of security. Like, now we're good. We're up and everything. Even the red when they played Oklahoma, I'm like, oh god, here we go. You know, and and it kind of happened, But I don't know. What do you think, Arts? What do you think about my rant?
No, you there's some validity there. I mean, we all remember watching the Colt McCoy years, uh, back when he was the quarterback for like a good solid 3 or 4 years. Then when he graduated, there was a good decade of I wouldn't say mediocrity, but close to it, amongst who's the next man up, who's going to be the captain of the squad. A lot of QBs came and went and failed for a good part of the decade. We got lucky with Sam Ellinger. Dude was like a big Tebow build. He could throw, he could run, and not be afraid to take a hit. And we had some moderate success, well, pretty damn good success. Gave a lot of optimism and hope that okay, Texas is back. We'll win some bowl games. A few of those Red River rivalries in Ellinger's years. I think we won at least one or two of those. Uh, and then, well, he got drafted this year to the Colts, and so now our quarterbacks, we got two of them. I think the main one we deal with is Thompson. I want to say still, I mean, he's not scared or nothing, but he needs a little bit more confidence. Uh, because we got talent. Our receivers we got that one freshman receiver. I think his name Moore. Because I always say, you fucking give the ball to Moore. This dude's quick. He's like a track star almost. Can outrun anybody. Robinson and his backup running back Johnson. The two guys are beasts. Uh, Running the ball. So this talent is just that keystone piece is always the QB. And we got a guy who's not 100% confident. Well, I mean, you're giving the keys to a Ferrari to, you know, a kid who's barely out of high school. You need a man to drive that Ferrari. So Texas needs a man to be the QB. But I digress. I mean, I'll root for them, win, lose, tie, whatever. I'll keep rooting for my born orange. I'll keep
Yes.
the flag waving high, win or defeat.
Texas fight, dude.
Yeah, Texas fight. But no, that's the end of my rant for Texas. I'll go more into who they're going to face this upcoming weekend. Just anything else you want to add for college?
No, no,
All right,
pretty
I'll just
much.
I'll just add one more thing.
All right, go for it.
Aside, okay, there's a few undefeated teams out there. One of which is a school that's mainly known for its basketball, as Wake Forest. So, what a story it's turned out to be for their quarterback, Sam Hartman. If you don't know him by now, you should. I'm pretty sure he's also on the Heisman ballot, or should be, for what he's been doing on and off the field. He's been sensational for his team's offense. Uh, he scored about 35 or more points in all 8 games this season. Ranks fifth nationally in scoring at 43.4 points per game. A big reason why the Demon Deacons are 8-0, ranked in the top 10 of the AP poll for the first time in their school's history. He's one of only two FBS quarterbacks with more than 2,400 passing yards and 200 rushing yards. Virginia's Brennan Armstrong is the other. Hartman is thrown for about 22 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions, and is completing about 65% of his passes. In the past 4 outings, he has passed for over 1,514 yards and 13 touchdowns. The dude's legit. Wake Forest, I mean, don't sleep on him. They could, I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to make it to the playoff for the one of those top 4 spots, but definitely the dude's something to watch with the ACC, and could be on that Heisman to watch as well as a quarterback. And then I was just going to end it up with Gary Patterson, TCU, left 20 years, Horned Frogs coach. Uh, yeah, I mean they've been losing, man. They lost 31-12 against Kansas State over Saturday. Uh, he's going to be replaced by Jerry Kill, one of their assistants on the staff, as interim for the team that's going to be 3-5 and 1-4 in the Big 12 this current season. Just know the context. Patterson arrived at TCU as Dennis Funcciones. I don't know if I said that right. His defensive coordinator back in 1998. Took over as head coach in 2001. He was 181 and 79 at TCU. He saw the Horned Frogs' rise from being left behind after the big breakup of the Southwest Conference once upon a time, moving on to the Conference USA for a bit, and then the Mountain West, and then back to the Big 12, largely due to the success the school had under those Patterson years. Uh, Definitely, I don't know if they should erect a statue of him, but that school, that program owes a lot to him. They should be in debt to
They
him.
already have a statue of him.
Good. They are definitely need to show respect to the dude. Give him like lifelong tickets to like him and his blood relatives. Uh, so TCU fans, you know, honor the name, Patterson. All right, rant over. Anything else to add for you, buddy?
No, dude. No, let's go ahead and move on to just like right into our NFL Week 8 quick recap. So we'll just do a little quick recap. And also we're gonna play bad, good, bad, and the Blitz. Of course, one of our favorite games. And go ahead and have you start our NFL Week 8 recap. Go for it.
Awesome, Dan. Thank you. Well, as for our week 8 recap, we had a bit of surprises, a bit of injuries. Um, Someone nicknamed this weekend the weekend of the backups. The Cowboys were able to get a win with their backup, Cooper Rush, with the Vikings, 20-16 Sunday evening. As who was the Jets. The Jets pulled off a miraculous win, 34-31 against the Bengals under their rookie, some guy named White. I forgot his first name. Uh, um, well, there's another backup somewhere. Oh, the injury that happened with this the Jameis Winston. That's to get his back, Trevor Simeon, and he pulled a big upset in New Orleans against the Buccaneers in the tune of 36-27. Nobody saw that coming. Uh, and then the usual teams that we know would win: Bills against the Dolphins won. Uh, Eagles beat the winless Lions 44-6. About running up the score. Um, so just a few headlines around the league. Um, Los Angeles Rams, they waived wide receiver Deshaun Jackson Tuesday. Both Jackson and the Rams explored trade possibilities, but nothing came of that. When that trade deadline happened earlier today, Jackson, who's 34, was willing to stay with the Rams, but the team opted to move on. Jackson's 2.75 mil salary is guaranteed, so if he clears waivers with the Rams, he would be on the hook for most of his contract, subject to offsets on the deal with whatever his new team, if any, that might be.
Damn.
Uh, with Green Bay, Jalen Smith's run with Green Bay Packers was a short one. He played in only 2 games and was released on Tuesday, less than a month after he was signed. The former Dallas Cowboys second round pick was a healthy scratch for the last Thursday's game against the Cardinals, an indication
Damn.
that his time with the team might be short lived. The inside linebacker played a total of 27 snaps for the Packers, 17 against the Bears. That was in week 6. In 10 snaps when he played against Washington football team back in week 7.
Oh, okay. He played 2 weeks. I mean, not too bad, but still.
He was credited with just 1 tackle in those 2 games. The Packers signed him just days after he was released by the Cowboys, who were on the hook for Smith's 7.2 mil in guaranteed salary for the season. So that meant the Packers only had to pay him the league minimum, which was about $990,000 for a veteran. But they're responsible only the prorated portion of 4 game weeks. So I mean, hopefully the guy could get on some squad on defense that needs him. Miami Dolphins, surprise, surprise, they did not trade for Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson before this deadline. The Dolphins did their due diligence on Watson, had conversations with the Texans. But Miami's owners, Stephen Ross, had contingencies that needed to be met before any deal could be made, and the final decision ultimately did not move forward. So
I think.
Watson,
What do you think it was?
I just
Like,
think
just in your opinion, like, just like,
maybe it's just ongoing investigation and legal troubles. That's too much of a distraction off the field.
yeah,
Uh, and maybe ultimately like, okay, we got Tua, let's just ride with him, man. Let's keep rolling the dice on Tua. He's young, he's still got a lot to learn. Meanwhile, Watson, he's got a lot of red tape over him.
yeah,
We
true
don't want to
that. That is true.
deal with that drama. So sorry, Houston, you're stuck with him for now. Um, Now, a move that did make sense, and a lot of people would agree, is the Denver Broncos agreed to trade Von Miller to the Los Angeles Rams. 8-time Pro Bowl linebacker confirmed as of Monday. The Rams will send the Broncos a second-round pick and a third-round pick in the 22 draft in exchange for Miller. Broncos are also going to pay $9 million for his remaining $9.7 million base salary for the remaining 9 games in this regular season.
Damn.
As per sources, it's expected that Miller will have to pass a physical before the trade is completed. Uh, so a team that was already pretty beast on defense, in addition to their stellar offense they've been seeing, is looking a lot more deadly out there in the West. Uh, Before I move on from the Rams, what do you think of the new look Rams now that they got Miller on defense?
I mean, obviously it's like this year. This year they're going for it. It's
All
like
in,
it's
yeah.
like yeah, like all in, chips all in. We have the quarterback, we have the coach. We obviously have the two. Dude, they're like 99, dude, in Madden. I mean, not to be that guy or whatever, right? But
Word.
goddamn, like that's a lot. Like that's like big. Like they're like the best of the best. Um, and one of the things that like I was kind of hearing this guy talk, he was saying how like a big way to win and this current NFL is two things: score a lot and be able to disrupt the quarterback. So that's what two of the things, or those are both of the things, I guess, that the Rams can do, pretty effectively. They can, not necessarily. Well, they can turn it over, right? But more than anything, disrupt the quarterback. I mean, you have Aaron Donald, dude. Like you have to double him. You have to. And then now you have Von Miller. Like god dang. Like
I mean, granted, he's not as young as he used to be, but
but
Von
still,
Miller's a hungry guy. He's always hungry.
I'm pretty sure he can edge rush still. Pretty
Oh yeah.
sure. So, um, so he's gonna get a sack or two. And there's so I that's what it is. The Rams are going all in. They have Matt. They have the obviously the coach, and they have the defense. They're trying to go all in. Where hopefully they make a Super Bowl run. And honestly, I can see him winning the whole thing. I mean, I honestly don't see why not. The only thing, obviously, that wouldn't, help them is like execution, right? Like if they just don't execute, but I don't know, dude. They have a lot of talent. They have a really good coach, and they have a coach that's kind of been there,
Mm-hmm.
all the way to the Super Bowl. You lost. I mean, it sucks, but you learn. You know, you learn how to get there, how to manage that, and stuff like that, and hopefully you can win the whole thing. Dude, Bills, Rams, Super Bowl.
Oh, ooh, we already calling it.
Yeah, Bills, Rams. I mean, that's so pretty intense. I don't think Brady makes it again. Um,
Oh, oh no.
yeah, I know, but I'm calling it a little early. I think Bills are gonna. I mean, they don't. Like I said, they have the same thing. They can score a lot, and they can disrupt the quarterback. They have the number one blitz defense in the NFL right now, the Bills. So it's like, damn. I don't know. This year, the playoffs are gonna be really good. Like they're gonna, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a lot of top heavy. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of top heavy teams are gonna be playing each other. So it's gonna be pretty badass.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and see how that works out. But
No,
uh,
I can see your point, man. I mean, maybe at this point, the only team that can beat the Rams is themselves,
yeah,
in terms of stupid mistakes or penalties and shit like that. But definitely looking like a very scary team out there in the West. Um, just move on to something that might interest you or has been interesting you is King Henry. Who's that? Well,
yes,
NFL rushing leader Derrick Henry will undergo surgery. I think he had it this current morning on an injured right foot. And Coach Mike Verabel, say the name, said the Titans are not putting a timeline on when he'll return. Henry had tests Monday to check the severity of that injury after he finished Sunday's 34-31 overtime win against the Colts. As per sources, Henry might be expected to miss the rest of the season. Who's the next man up? Well, Adrian Peterson, age 36, who is fifth on the league's career rushing list, is initially being signed to the practice squad for the Titans, with the expectation that he will be added to that active roster soon enough. Um, Now, Henry, who was the two-time NFL rushing champ, he went to the bench early on Sunday's game. He was shown on TV with his right shoe off and talking to trainers with 6 minutes, 3 seconds in the first quarter before he returned. He did finish with 28 carries for 68 yards. I didn't notice fantasy wise. One of my opponents who had Henry is like, geez, he didn't even go over 100. What the hell? And now I know, uh, which is his lowest
okay,
this season. Played 54 of 73 offensive snaps. Henry, he does lead the NFL, or did lead the NFL, with 937 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. He also has a league high 219 rushes, well ahead of the second leading scorer, Joe Mixon, who has 137. Henry is the biggest reason the Titans own the AFC's best record, having won 4 in a row.
yep.
So is it time to push the panic button now that you don't have your ultimate weapon now
Uh,
for the Titans?
I want to say yes, dude.
Panic.
Um, it's because and they were talking about how Derrick Henry and like or the Titans are like kind of bringing like the old school, like we're just gonna like sock it to you type of football, um, because they can, you know, like they're like they don't have a good they have a pretty good old line, right? But they have Derrick Henry, and it's like he opens up the field so much. I mean, they have Julio Jones, dude. I'm pretty. Last time I checked,
He's still getting used to things.
he's still
but
pretty
he's
good.
Still Julio
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah. And then what's this on the other side?
What, on defense?
No, on the other side, so Julio Jones.
Oh, the other receivers.
Oh my God, let me see.
I don't know, man. They don't. Derrick Henry takes up all the stats, so like they're forgettable.
Depth chart. Hold on, let me just check something.
Titans.
AJ Brown. AJ Brown. They just got him. They got him from I think the Cardinals. Also, so he has. The offense is really good. It's a really good offense. They just need to be able to execute, and they need to be able to like. I know it sounds easier said than done, obviously, but they didn't. They need to not be able to rely on Derrick Henry so much.
I mean, granted, Henry, you don't need him to get 20 yards all the time. Adrian Peterson or the next running back up. I mean, at least reliable, can get 3 or 4 yards. That's passable.
Like give me, yeah, give me 80 yards. You don't need to give me 100. I would like to give you a good 100, but get 75, 80. 20, 20, 20, 22, maybe 25 carries. I don't think 25. I think 25 is a little too much. Maybe like 20 carries, 22, something like that. So I don't know. I think Adrian Peterson's gonna do good. I hope I don't know. Well, I think the Titans are still gonna make the playoffs just because of they're just so far
strength of
ahead of their
schedule.
just they're so far ahead of their division and the strength schedule. So that's crazy, man. Of course, it just takes one. You know, it's football, unfortunately. But anything else?
Uh, well, there's only one more big headline um, that I wanted to add, and then of course you could add more after that.
Yeah.
Is you saw the end of Derrick Henry for the season. Another season-ending injury is with the Jameis Winston with the New Orleans Saints. He suffered a torn ACL in his left knee, and he's sustained MCL damage on Sunday, confirmed by Coach Sean Payton. He was injured during a horse collar tackle by Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebacker Devin White early in the second quarter of New Orleans' miraculous 36-27 victory. Uh, Payton declined to elaborate on whether Taysom Hill or Trevor Siemian would be their starter heading into their week's home date with Atlanta, and going on beyond that, saying that he knows that's going to be the $6 million question. Hill, he's 31, would most likely be the choice if he's healthy enough, since he was 3-1 as a replacement starter for Drew Brees. Uh, Last year, and then he currently battled Winston for that top spot. Ultimately lost to Winston for that starter job over the summer. Although Hill, he has been sidelined with a concussion since week 5. And we all saw Simeon, he's able to rally the troops at home and beat the Bucks and Brady. Granted, they didn't have Antonio Brown and Istik Gronk. I think he left the game with like a rib injury or something like that. So the Bucks weren't at 100%, but still, that's a quality win, something to encourage the squad. Um, so I don't know. A lot of folks didn't see New Orleans going that far within the season. But what are your thoughts, man? Which QB should they take, and is this already panic button for them? Yeah, the season's done.
I don't think it's panic button. I don't think it's not patent button. Um,
Okay.
I think that unfortunately, the I don't know. What do you think? Like, what do you like? I want to hear yours first.
Okay. Uh, First off, I did see the game. I
Yeah,
was pretty impressed to see the guy Trevor Simeon, who I think at one point he was almost going to be the guy for the Broncos back in the
yeah,
day. Didn't really do much in there, so it's good to see a comeback story. A guy whose career was just kind of in the shadows. Now he's in the forefront. He won a
yeah,
very quality win against a quality team in front of their home base, which is good. Um, I would go with it. He's the hot hand. Literally, he's the hot hand right now.
yeah,
Hill, he's more of, I don't want to say a mobile quarterback. It's just he's a big dude who, if need be, he can run and take a hit while he runs. So I'd keep the dice going with Trevor Simeon as per the rest of the strength of schedule.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because I would too. I would too. Just because exactly what you said. Just because of the hot hand. So honestly, I don't even trust either of them. You know.
no.
Um. So I was gonna say like I really kind of wanted to hear yours first. Yeah, because I don't trust either of them. But in this case, it's like, well, he made touchdowns and stuff. I can see them like maybe bringing Hill a couple times, or here or there. Maybe do one or two drives, maybe, but I doubt it. I think they're just gonna have they're just gonna keep Simeon in there. Um, I think that the Saints are gonna be fine. It's just it just sucks. Just got a season-ending injury.
Yeah. Now, just looking at that, their strength of schedule, the next 3 games are potentially winnable. They got the Falcons next week,
Oh yeah.
followed by the Titans, and then the Eagles. The Eagles are pretty
All
hit or
right.
miss,
Yeah.
and then they face the Bills and the Cowboys after that.
Ugh.
So there's about 3 games to either get things ship shape. You got 3 games to get it together, and then try to mount your campaign to salvage your season. Uh, but I see it as it's Simeon's time. Uh, just go with it. He's the hot hand. Uh, the players obviously had a lot of fun. You know, playing on with Simeon behind the center. I think it was first game they had Mark Ingram. Didn't he return back after a stint with the Texans? So now
Yeah,
they're back to that two quarterback 1-2 punch,
yeah,
Kamara and Ingram.
yeah. I was gonna say yeah, cause like cause like the Saints have enough weapons to, you know, at 1-2 punch. Cause Kamara's what's up. Like he's still what's up. You know, like people really forget. You know, just cause he's in the Orleans or whatever, he doesn't get a lot of love or whatever. Yeah, but he's still good. He's easily top 5, maybe top 3. Like for real. And then now you have Mark Ingram as just like you're just power back. Like God, again. I don't even know why they let him go. I'm sure he asked for more money.
Probably.
Probably now like it doesn't really matter, I guess, right? But still, I think the Saints are gonna be fine. I think they're done for this year. They might make the playoffs. They might not. Even if they do, they won't make a lot of noise anyway, because Jameis
Nope.
is out. But it's
And
gonna
they're
be.
probably in the same division as the Rams, right? NFC.
Actually, let's check that. How is it?
They're NFC. Yeah, the NFC. So either way, they got to face the Bucks or the Rams. Tall order for backup QB.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So we're talking about. I want to see. Yeah, so you have the Bucks, the Saints. Damn, the Saints. The Saints are 5-2. Dude.
Wow, with Winston.
Wow, they are in the wild card right now.
Yeah, but if they progress through the postseason as either the Rams or Bucks, they'll have to go through.
Damn, they're on a three win streak. That's pretty damn good.
Oh, me shit! Winston's gone. It's out of there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, you have the Panthers and the Falcons, maybe.
No.
I mean, it could be one of those NFC East type of things where like the Cowboys are just up there and everyone else is like underwater or whatever. You know what I mean? Where like the Bucks are just gonna take off because they're 6-2. I mean, they lost obviously, right? But I'm pretty sure it's Brady, dude. The Bucks play. Look, who do they play? They play. Oh, they have a bye. Ooh, that sucks.
They need it. Antonio Brown needs to get back in shape.
And so does Gronk
too.
too. Yeah.
Mike Evans needs to learn to stop being a hothead all the time, getting all them penalties and shit. So yes, they definitely need that bye week to reevaluate their style of play and whatnot.
Damn.
No, long story. I'm just saying that if the Saints even are winless, they still got to face one of the juggernauts in the postseason, which is the Rams and or the Bucks, or maybe the Cardinals or the Cowboys. Shit.
No lie. That's gonna. Man, the NFC is getting really tight. That's which is kind of crazy because Well, I guess, it's still like it's kind of, being competitive and stuff. But I feel like it's always been like the Packers versus whoever, in the NFC, NFC Championship, and the Packers always lose.
Yeah, they had a close. They had a close scare with Arizona on the Thursday night. They barely won 24-21
Yeah, I know.
against Arizona.
I still think that was luck. Not that it was luck. It was bad luck. Because he just ran the wrong route. Well, I guess it's not bad luck. He just didn't do his job correctly. But yeah, that. So, go ahead. Let's go ahead and. Or you want to finish off so we can go straight into your diamond talk.
That's all I had to mention about pro football. Um, I
Basketball we
guess
can do basketball we can do next time.
that's fine. There's nothing really that major going on in the
Yeah.
basketball world. Um, nothing new to discuss there. But just no kudos to the Cowboys. I don't know what
Oh
the hell
yeah.
how Dak got hurt. He needs to start taking better care of himself because we can't have those close those close wins against mediocre teams like the Vikings. Luckily, we had a guy named Cooper Rush. He was able
Yeah,
to
for real.
step up. Uh,
Yeah, congrats, Cooper Rush. Yeah,
throw,
all the Cowboy Nation is cheering you.
stupid. Yeah, there was some very important plays that happened down the stretch. I think the unsung hero was coincidentally the other Cooper on the field,
Oh yeah.
Amari Cooper. He had that crazy like bobble juggle catch. It bounced off the safety's helmet, and he just bobbled it and caught it. That was on a pivotal like third and long. And then a few plays later, Zeke was able to. I don't know if he ran it or if he caught it and ran, but he was able to get the first down, also like on a third and long. And then to cap it off, Cooper threw to the other Cooper for the game-winning touchdown, or at least the decisive touchdown. And it was a bit of a scare, man. uh, I mean, Zeke wasn't doing much until that pivotal play, and that kind of we forgave him for that. Uh, Pollard, he was reliable, but still he couldn't really break out and like go for those like plus 10 yard plays or whatever. Uh, so no, it was very nail biting Cowboys game on Halloween evening going on during that pivotal game with Atlanta Houston. That was game 4. No, excuse me, that was game 5. If Atlanta would have won, but that would have been game over. Uh, but now we got moved to game 6, which is currently going on. Astros need a bit of a miracle, really, uh, to try to extend this to a game 7. But no, Cowboys. Kudos to the young man Cooper Rush. I know his folks were in attendance. They're like ecstatic. I think they go to all his games, even though he sits on the bench. But now they're able to like tell their friends and family, like, that was my boy. He won the damn Cowboys game. Finally hit a start, and I mean that gives a little bit of relief, I guess, to know we got a guy like that who could fill in whenever Dak is, subsequently not feeling well. Hopefully that won't ever happen again. I don't know how the hell he got hurt in the first place. But yeah, it was definitely the day of the backups. The Jets, the guy White, QB White, I don't even know what the hell. He mounted their miraculous 34-31 win against Bengals. We saw what that other guy Simeon did to the Bucks. And then who else had a miraculous? There was one other backup out there. Maybe I'm.
Oh, the Jets? No, no, no.
The Jets had a backup. The Saints had a backup. The Cowboys had a backup. I'm not sure if there's a fourth one.
No, I think it was. I think it was just. I think it was just.
Didn't Sam Darnold have a backup playing for him?
Oh yeah. Sam Darnold, because he went out on the concussion protocol. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, his team won 19-13 Falcons.
Oh, they did. They did. I was actually watching that game, but I thought they after after Darnold went down, I was like, oh, they're gonna lose, so I switched it.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my bad.
It was the weekend of the backup.
For real. But all right, we'll go ahead and go right into some Diamond Talk real quick. As we continue on with our postseason headlines. Obviously, the World Series is actually we are still watching that as they unfold. Man, a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we're cheering for our Astros, but it's tough, bro. It's hard out there for a pimp, So, talk to me, Art. I know you want to talk some Diamond Talk really, really bad. Let's do it.
Cool. Well, I think I was mentioning earlier, but I'll give a recap. World Series, Carly coming down to the wire now. We're in a very pivotal game six at the moment. Houston's down currently in the bottom of the seventh. Um, they need some miraculous runs to come in. It's possible. We all remember a few weeks back they scored 7 runs within like the bottom of an eighth or ninth inning when they were facing the Red Sox. I would like to say, so it's not impossible, but it's a tall order. So currently the series is as follows: the freaking the Braves are up 3 games to 2. Obviously, the first to 4 wins is the champion. Um, Now back on Game 5 that happened this previous Sunday during the Cowboys game. I was flipping back and forth. They were playing in Atlanta. Atlanta was salivating for a home win. That way, their home crowd could share in on the celebration of winning the championship. But Houston had other ideas. The Astros were able to bounce back a first inning grand slam that was clubbed in by Atlanta's Adam Duvall. They beat the Braves 9-5 on Sunday evening. That's why we're currently back to Houston for this game six that's currently airing right now. Uh, Duvall he put in Duvall slam put a charge in the standing room only over there in Atlanta's Truist Park for those fans who were eager to see the Braves clinch their first title since 1995 and their first since the club moved into its 5-year-old park in that suburban Cobb County. At that point, history was not on Houston's side. The Braves became the first team to score 4 runs in a potential World Series clincher since the 16-1 Yankees, who went on to cruise in a 13-5 win over the Reds uh, to win the title about 60 years ago. So on top of that, the teams were 45-3 all time when holding a lead. Of 4 or more runs at any point of a potential clincher game, as per some ESPN stats. So make it 45-4 because see Giants. Says the 2002 Giants were the last team to blow a lead. That being an World Series clinching scenario, felt like if it had to happen, and it was good that it had happened, with plenty of time left in the game for the Astros. Houston was shut out on 2 hits during Friday's Game 3 loss and managed just 2 runs in a 3-2 Game 4 loss on Saturday. So things were looking pretty grim coming into that Sunday game. Add up the 3-1 series hole and early 4-0 deficit in that Game 5 because of the damn Grand Slam. Struggles with offense and it made it a grim scenario for everyone. But the Astros, they persevered. Their manager Baker, he shuffled the lineup after the offense struggled during the first 2 games in Atlanta. He dropped All-Star third baseman Alex Bregman to the 7th in the batting order. Bregman was one of the beneficiaries of those dry conditions because the first 2 Atlanta games were like it had rained previously or it was raining, very slick grass, can't grasp the ball very well. So this final game is finally dry, benefited the Astros. Uh, so Bregman took advantage with some extra work in the batting cages before the game. After managing just 1 hit over the first 4 games of the series, Bregman drove in Houston's first run with a ringing in of the double in the top of the second, minutes after that Duvall grand slam by Atlanta. Bregman's double was just the tip of the iceberg for the bottom of the Houston lineup, batting eighth. Light hitting catcher Martin Maldonado, he drove in 3 runs of his own, and batting as a pinch hitter in the 9 hole, Marwin Gonzalez stroked a key 2-run single. So pretty much it was not a lot of home runs. It was actually no home runs. I mean, it's very rare you score like that many points, 9 points, uh, 9 runs, excuse me, without any single home run. It was strictly small ball, which I think they should have exhibited a little bit more uh, previously, but finally they got it going on. Uh, Currently, uh, they could use any kind of ball. Uh, home runs or infield singles, whatever, to get guys on base because they need runs desperately. Yeah, during this game six, they did start their rookie Luis Garcia to pitch on a short rest. But after some recent base hits, most notably a three-run home run back in the early second and third inning, they pretty much took it took his ass out, and they just been trying to find any pitcher that can get it over the plate and strike out. Because it seems like Atlanta's batting like they're possessed or something. Uh, so this game is near the end, but far from over. We're in the top of the eighth. Now Astros they bat at the bottom of the innings, so they have at least two more at bats to try to tie or get the lead. Uh, Currently, we stand at 7-0. Very tall order there. I'm getting a little bit worried here. Could this be the last time I sit Carbach for the season? I hope not. I mean, granted, there's other kinds of beers out there. I don't know, Cowboys. I gotta switch to the Miller Lite when I see the Cowboys. I gotta drink Coors Light when I see the Texas Longhorns. I don't know who's the Spurs beer sponsor. I need a drink from them. I want to say Budweiser because they had a commemorative like aluminum bottle like last year. So I think Budweiser sponsored the Spurs.
I think so too, but I'm not sure.
Yes. So there's a beer for every franchise. And right now, this car box need to help rally our guys, both offense and defense. Otherwise, we could have a winner tonight. If knocking on wood, if we pull the miraculous comeback, there could be a game 7 that would occur tomorrow, actually, Wednesday the 3rd, in a winner take all game 7. But we need to get to this. We need to tie or win this game. And we need 7 runs. Tall order, buddy. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, no lie. We'll see how it turns out. We're still watching the end of that game, but we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up for today, guys. In this case, I know we are starting to get a little bit. It's gonna be an hour and a half now. We're gonna start condensing more of our talk, and really we're gonna start putting a little bit more highlights and full videos on YouTube and stuff like that, so you guys can actually hear certain sections, hear us talk about your favorite teams, hear us talk about your favorite sports, your favorite sports headlines and stuff like that. A couple controversial topics. We'll go over some segments and things like that that we've done and during the show. We'll go ahead and condense them and do some videos based on that. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be really cool. We're gonna start bringing in more people in, more super fans into our super fan zone for Mezzo Forte Sportz. But other than that, it's going to start wrapping it up. What do you think, Art?
Yeah, that's fine. We've got some changes coming on in future episodes. I know for this upcoming Thursday, we'll add a little bit of basketball to our repertoire, and hopefully we'll still be talking baseball a little bit more Wednesday with the results of a Game 7 Wednesday winner take all game that hopefully should take place.
There we go.
But no, it was a good episode. Glad anyone out there was watching. We're getting our stuff together, get more organized, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Nah, that's cool. Glad to be here with you on this lovely fall evening, buddy. Sipping on some good beer, watching sports.
No lie, yeah, we need we'll definitely see how it turns out by next episode. Should be hopefully we hear some, or we see and experience some good news. So before anything, whoa, what is that siren happening? Alright guys, we're gonna start and wrapping it up for today. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's it for this week's episode. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. Check out our podcast coming soon on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and Spotify, and iHeartRadio. I just want a quick shout out to sponsors. Thank you so much. Music provided by Studio 13th Day. Graphics by Tasmagoria. This is Danny BMD. Signing off. Saying letters to all. Bringing home art.
Thank you, Dan. I don't have a listener today, but if you're in the SA area and you want your car's interior looking like new, we know a guy who will work like a dog for you. That's Devil Dog Detailing out there in San Antonio area. Give him a call. The guy will work like a dog for you. That's Devil Dog. Devil Dog! Oh. Detailing out there in San Antonio. Remember, sports are great, but need nothing with all you, all the fans. This is episode number 76. Till next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to
Mezzo
Forte
Sportz. Ooh, here we go. Right now.
Oh, throw the paper.
I didn't throw it as cozy though.
Where's my rally hat? Your rally hat for this game. I don't believe it.